Still doing the same basic push-up and wondering why you're not seeing results? Yeah, I was there too. But then I found 7 push-up variations that completely changed the game. I'm talking real strength, real muscle, and yeah, a bit of pain. These aren't gimmicks, they work. And trust me, you're gonna wish you knew them sooner. I'll admit it, when I first tried ring push-ups, I was nervous. There's something about hanging from a pair of straps that instantly makes your brain scream, "This isn't stable." And it's not. It's like trying to do push-ups on a pair of noodles during an earthquake. The moment I lowered myself down, my chest and core lit up in a way I hadn't felt with any barbell bench press or floor push-up. It wasn't just soreness, it was awareness. Every tiny stabilizing muscle in my shoulders, arms, chest, and especially my core was firing just to keep me from collapsing. What makes ring push-ups so brutally effective is the instability. Unlike the floor, which gives you a solid base, rings constantly shift and move beneath you. Your body has to work overtime to control that instability. You're not just pressing up, you're stabilizing in every direction. Forward, backward, side to side, even rotationally. That's why, even if you can bench heavy, the rings humble you real quick. Your arms start shaking halfway through the set. Your core fights to stay tight. And your brain is hyper-focused on not letting your elbows flare out and collapse the whole structure. It's raw, it's uncomfortable, and that's exactly why it works. And we're not just talking about a feel-good burn. There's actual science backing this up. According to a peer-reviewed study published in the Journal of Human Kinetics, suspension push-ups, like the kind you do on gymnastic rings, activate the pectoral muscles about 38% more than standard push-ups. But that's not all. They also place significantly more demand on your core musculature, especially the rectus abdominis and obliques. So, in one move, you're not only stimulating more chest fibers than you would with floor push-ups, you're also hammering your abs harder than most people do in a dedicated core session. That's why gymnasts have those insane upper bodies. It's not magic, it's physics, leveraged with brutal efficiency. Now, if you're watching this thinking, okay, that sounds awesome, but there's no way I can start on rings, I get it. They're intimidating at first. But you don't have to jump in at the deep end. There are smart, accessible ways to build up. One great option is using parallettes. These give you a neutral wrist position and a bit more range of motion without the instability of rings. You can also use a TRX setup with your hands in the straps, but your feet planted firmly on the floor. This gives you just enough instability to engage your stabilizers without overwhelming you. Gradually, as your strength and control improve, you'll be able to lift your feet, add elevation, and finally transition to full ring push-ups. Ring push-ups aren't just a party trick, they're a high-level tool for serious upper body development. They teach you how to generate tension throughout your entire body, develop bulletproof shoulders, and build a core that actually functions under load. They also transfer incredibly well to other pushing movements. Overhead pressing, dips, even bench pressing feels smoother after training on rings because your stabilizers are no longer the weak link. So yes, they're hard, but that's the point. And once you start incorporating them, even if it's just once a week, you'll quickly feel the difference in how your body moves, performs, and looks. Trust me, once you go rings, you'll wonder why you spent so long glued to the bench press. And here's the thing. When you push your limits with something like ring push-ups, you're not just building muscle, you're building discipline, resilience, and most importantly, confidence. And confidence doesn't stop in the gym. If you've ever felt like you're putting in the work physically, but still struggling when it comes to dating, you're not alone. Just like building muscle, attraction isn't about luck, it's a skill. And yes, you can train it. That's exactly what Marnie, aka your personal wing girl, helps guys do. She created a proven science-backed system called the F formula, which has helped over 100,000 men improve their dating lives. No six-pack, celebrity status, or cheesy pickup lines required. A lot of guys think attraction is something you're born with, but like ring push-ups, it's about smart technique and consistency. If you're tired of getting stuck or feeling invisible, the F formula shows you exactly how to start conversations, create attraction, and escalate naturally. And since the Wing Girl method is sponsoring today's video, you can grab an exclusive preview completely free. Just click the first link in the description. And if you want the full program, you'll get 20% off. So if you're done being stuck on the sidelines, physically or socially, take action. Confidence is built. Click the link below and start now. After getting comfortable on the rings, and by comfortable, I mean surviving the shakes and shoulder burn, I was hungry for more. I wanted something that would take my shoulder and core strength to another level. That's when I discovered Pseudo Planche push-ups. And let me tell you, the first time I tried them, I felt like I was defying gravity, or at least fighting it with everything I had. I remember leaning so far forward during the setup that my hands were practically below my waist. It felt like I was trying to do a plank, but with my entire body pitched forward and suspended on 2 trembling arms. Instantly, my shoulders screamed, my wrists begged for mercy, and my core fired like I had just been punched in the gut. It was like planking in turbo mode while doing a push-up, and that's exactly what makes it so powerful. What makes Pseudo Planche push-ups unique is the extreme forward lean. That simple adjustment turns a standard push-up into a full-body battle. Your shoulders, especially the front delts, take on a huge portion of the load. Your chest stays activated the entire time, and your triceps have to lock out each rep under more tension than normal. But here's the kicker. Your core has to work overtime to keep your hips from sagging. The further you lean, the more your body mimics a planche, a high-level gymnastic hold that demands insane strength and control. You're teaching your body how to stabilize under pressure, something that carries over to everything from overhead presses to handstands. Experts in calisthenics have long praised Pseudo Planche push-ups for their ability to train multiple muscle groups at once. According to the team at Bodyweight Training Arena, this movement activates the chest, shoulders, triceps, and core in a uniquely synergistic way. It also hits the serratus anterior, those finger-like muscles under your armpits that are key for shoulder health and a clean, aesthetic physique. Personally, after just a few weeks of adding Pseudo Planche push-ups into my training, I noticed a sharper look to my front delts and obliques. I also felt stronger and more stable during overhead lifts and ring work because my core was no longer the limiting factor. But don't get it twisted, these aren't beginner-friendly, and the form is everything. If you jump in too fast with a deep lean, you'll end up face first on the floor. The smart way to start is by scaling it. Try them on your knees first, or elevate your hands on a low platform to reduce the angle of lean. As you build strength and confidence, you can gradually increase the forward shift, inch by inch, until your body is leaning aggressively and your hands are low on the torso. That progression alone will reveal just how much strength you're gaining. Pseudo Planche push-ups are one of those movements that fly under the radar, but once you feel the burn, you never forget it. They're brutal, yes, but in the best way. Every rep builds control, coordination, and that raw pressing power that makes advanced calisthenic skills like the tuck planche or even handstand push-ups far more attainable. If you're serious about leveling up your push strength and forging rock-solid shoulders and core, this is a must-add to your training. Next up in my push-up evolution came one of the most humbling variations I've ever tried: Pike Push-Ups. Imagine flipping a regular push-up upside down and aiming it straight at your shoulders. That's exactly what this is. You start in a position that looks like a yoga downward dog. Hips high, hands planted, and head pointing down toward the floor. From there, you lower your upper body under control, bringing your head toward the ground between your hands. It might sound simple, but trust me, your shoulders will find out real quick that this is anything but easy. Within the first few reps, my front and side delts were absolutely lit up. It felt like I had swapped my push-up for a strict bodyweight shoulder press. And that's precisely the goal. Pike push-ups shift the emphasis away from the chest and focus it directly on the deltoids, especially the anterior front portion. But that's not all. They still demand effort from your triceps, upper chest, and a surprising amount from your core just to hold the position stable. Your traps kick in to stabilize your scapula, your abs are constantly bracing to keep your hips high, and your shoulders have no choice but to grind through every inch of the movement. It's full body tension funneled into your upper body. According to sources like Hinge Health, Pike push-ups are a fantastic progression tool toward harder vertical pressing skills like handstand push-ups. They teach your body how to press vertically against gravity without needing to balance completely upside down. The angle mimics overhead pressing mechanics, but using just your body weight. For anyone looking to build cannonball shoulders or simply improve overhead pressing strength without equipment, this is a goldmine. The best part? You can scale them. When I started, I couldn't maintain the ideal pike shape for more than a few seconds. My shoulders lacked endurance and my core would start to sag. So I scaled it back. lowered my hips a bit, widened my stance, and built control from there. You can also do a modified version from your knees to reduce the load, or even perform them with your feet elevated on a low surface for added challenge once you get stronger. And if you're bold, you can take it one step further: wall-assisted handstand push-ups. But it all starts with mastering the pike. This variation might not get the same spotlight as ring push-ups or explosive clapping reps, but make no mistake, pike push-ups are shoulder sculptors. They're functional, progressive, and incredibly effective at building real pressing strength. Every time I program these into my training, I walk away feeling stronger, more stable, and better prepared for more advanced calisthenics. If your goal is strong, defined shoulders and a solid step toward handstand-level power, you need these in your arsenal. Time to light up the arms, specifically the triceps, with one of the most deceptively challenging push-up variations out there: diamond push-ups. If you've never done them before, imagine placing your hands directly under your chest, with your thumbs and index fingers forming a triangle or diamond shape. Then drop down and press, and prepare for your triceps to beg for mercy. I still remember the first time I tried these. By the 10th rep, my arms were trembling, my elbows felt like they were made of rubber, and my triceps were screaming loud enough to file an official complaint. It was brutal, but in that hurt so good kind of way. What makes diamond push-ups so intense is the extreme shift in leverage. Unlike regular or wide push-ups, where the chest can carry more of the load, diamond push-ups throw most of the tension onto the triceps and the inner chest. Your elbows tuck in close, forcing your arms to do a huge share of the pushing, while your pec minor, the deep stabilizing muscle beneath your main chest, gets lit up trying to keep your body aligned. It's a compact, tight position movement that isolates those pushing muscles like few other bodyweight moves can. And this isn't just bro science from the gym floor. Research backs it up. Studies have shown that narrow grip push-ups, like the diamond stance, generate significantly more triceps activation than wider hand positions. According to analysis cited by One Peloton, this variation not only hammers the triceps, but also engages the pec minor more effectively, something you won't get nearly as much from traditional push-ups. That's a big deal if you're looking to build pressing power, arm definition, and stronger stabilizers for compound lifts like bench press or dips. The beauty of the diamond push-up is that it's simple in form but devastating in impact. It's a perfect finisher if you want to fully exhaust your arms at the end of a push day, or a great bodyweight only option when you don't have access to a gym but still want to build real muscle. But fair warning, it's not beginner friendly. That narrow grip puts a lot of pressure on the elbows and wrists if you're not ready for it, and the intensity can catch even experienced lifters off guard. So if you're new to this, start with a close grip push-up variation instead. Hands just slightly narrower than shoulder width. Focus on keeping your elbows tucked and your body in a tight plank. Once you build up strength and confidence, start sliding your hands closer together over time until you reach that full diamond position. You can also do them on your knees at first to reduce the load, while still training the right movement pattern. Diamond push-ups are the kind of exercise that look easy until you actually try them. But that's what makes them great. If you're serious about building sleeve-stretching triceps and unlocking more pressing strength, these need to be a staple in your training. Just don't be surprised if your arms feel like jello afterward. That's how you know they're working. Now let's flip the script, literally, with feet-elevated push-ups, also known as decline push-ups. I threw my feet up on a bench and right away I felt the burn shift. The upper chest and front delts took center stage, way more than in a regular push-up. It felt like doing an incline bench press using just my body weight, a serious upgrade in intensity. This variation specifically targets the clavicular pecs, upper chest, and anterior deltoids, while still demanding a rock-solid core to keep your body straight and stable. I could feel my abs bracing hard just to maintain position. If a full bench feels like too much at first, start with a lower surface like a step or a box and work your way up. And here's a quick bonus. If decline feels too tough, flip it the other way. Do incline push-ups with your hands elevated. It's a great way to build pressing strength before tackling the full decline version. Either way, you're building serious upper body control. This move feels undeniably badass. Archer push-ups shift most of your body weight to one side, making it feel like you're doing a controlled half one-arm push-up, first on one side, then the other. The first time I tried them, I was wobbling all over the place. It became clear fast. If your core isn't locked in, you're tipping over. You have to brace everything, glutes, abs, even your legs, just to stay balanced. What makes archer push-ups so effective is that one side does most of the work. That means the chest, shoulder, and triceps on your pushing arm are under major tension, while the extended arm has to engage its serratus and lat to stay in position. You're building pressing strength on one side and stabilizing strength on the other at the same time. According to Muscle in Motion, this variation targets the pectoralis major, anterior deltoid, triceps, and serratus anterior, while your abs and spinal erectors fire to stabilize the asymmetrical load. It's a total body effort, and it's humbling. To build up to full reps, start with partial leans. Don't fully shift your weight to one side, or try keeping one knee on the ground for added control. As you gain strength and stability, widen your stance and increase the lean. Master these and one-arm push-ups won't seem so far off. Finally, let's blast off, literally, with explosive push-ups. Whether it's clapping push-ups, Superman push-ups, or any version where your hands leave the ground, these are all about generating power. The first time I launched myself off the floor, it felt like a mini adrenaline rush. My chest and triceps lit up instantly, and I could feel this jolt of pure strength shoot through my arms. It's basically turning the push-up into a plyometric movement, like adding a jump to your upper body training. Explosive push-ups are phenomenal for training fast-twitch muscle fibers, the ones responsible for raw strength and speed. Studies confirm that plyometric push-ups activate these fibers much more than slow, controlled movements, which makes them excellent for building upper body explosiveness. And in practice, I noticed a legit performance carryover. My bench press felt snappier, and I could grind through heavier weights or push faster during high-rep sets. But they're not easy right out of the gate. If clapping push-ups are too intense, you can still build explosiveness with smart progressions. Try push-offs from the floor without your hands leaving it. Just explode up and catch yourself under control. Or drop to your knees to reduce the load while maintaining that explosive intent. Even wall push-offs pushing away from the wall with a sprint-like motion can help train that power pattern safely. This is the kind of move that doesn't just build muscle. It teaches your body to fire harder and faster. You'll feel the difference, not just in how you look, but in how you move, lift, and perform. Explosive push-ups are pure athletic fuel. If you want to learn the differences between hypertrophy and strength training, make sure to watch the next video.